We are back, man.
It feels so good, man.
There's snow on the ground,
Yeah.
but the sun is out, not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
And best of all, day one today of spring football, man.
Can't believe it. We made it, brother.
We made it.
Tell me what happened in there. What can you share? What's the team looking like? I know it's a lot different than this time last year.
You know, I think you nailed it right there. They tell you not to compare. Comparison is the enemy of joy. But today brought me a lot of joy when I compare how we looked day one today compared to day one a year ago. Just unbelievable. The size that's out there now, the depth that in the position rooms that's out there now, and week one, day one, not the sloppiness that you would expect.
Love to hear that, man. Shedeur obviously a little banged up coming into this next season. How's he looking, and do you think he's fully healthy at this point?
I think he's fully healthy. He moves around just as fluid as he was before the injury to close out last season. During the strength and conditioning phase, he looks fine in the weight room. Out there today, when it was his reps, his command of the offense, hadn't lost a step. You know, he looks the part. I think he is completely healed and healthy and ready to go.
Love to hear it, man. We talked to the new coaches today in the press conferences. We also got two new players. We got Preston Hodge, LaJohntay Wester. I mean, just having those guys, some of the best players at their level last year in college football, and these new coaches with this NFL experience, the excitement, you know, when you walk into this building, you could feel it. Even last year, but even more so now, it's been taken up a whole other level.
Did Hodge tell you about his INT?
No, tell me, please.
He got a good pick today. Man. He is looking good out there. I think that the talent level at each position is higher than it was last year. And I believe that the coaching staff has also gone up a notch or two when you look at the acumen they bring to the table and what they can pour to these guys. At every level of this team, every position, every coach has been upgraded.
I know we're not really live right now, but offensive line, of course, going to be one of the biggest stories this offseason. What are we looking like so far day one?
Well, I'll tell you what, you're not live. You're out there in what they call spiders and jerseys and helmets, and there was, you know, some non-contact drills that you can see taking place. I think that the bright spots, if you just look at day one, when you look at the size of the defensive line, upgrade. When you look at the tenacity of the offensive line, upgrade. I think when they were doing their drills that you could see this is a completely different offensive line from last year. And I'm also looking, you know, QB1 is QB1, so that's there. But this receiver room, when everybody arrives, it's going to be deep, man.
Can't wait. Player of the day, who you got?
Woo! So let me do this before I go player.
Okay.
I have got to give the day to the defense.
All right.
I think the defense, you know, we used to say last year that the defense, you know, normally picks it up faster than the offense, but last year that wasn't the case. You know, the defense was struggling to learn that new scheme. When you compare where this defense is day one, flying around, a couple of interceptions, a lot of pass breakups, I give the nod to the defense on day one for sure. And as far as a player goes, man, I think this track season, I think Dylan Edwards is faster than he was last year. Yeah. I think Dylan Edwards is faster than he was last year.
Unbelievable, man. You guys know where it's at. Keep it tuned to the pregame show, DNVR. Spring football, man. Day one, pro day tomorrow. Crazy week. Can't wait to do it all again, brother.
Let's do it again. And you know what? We should drop some interviews with this. I did a couple of interviews with the coordinators.
Okay.
Let's drop those in for the people.
All right, right here.
Coach, what's your assessment of day one?
I think we got better. You know, the challenge in spring practice is them learning the system and then learning how to play together again. And I think we made progress. You know, there was a lot of great effort. When we look at it, there were a lot of mistakes, which we can clean up. As long as they're all trying to individually get better and then come together as a team, we're gonna get where we need to go. And today was a good start.
Coach, day one is in the books. What's your assessment of it, wide receivers and team-wise?
Well, I'll say this. Day one is a typical day one. I'm glad we got 16 practices because we're going to need them. So, I mean, but the guys came out, a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm. Obviously, you're going to see some mistakes on day one. That's to be expected. So we'll learn from this tape and we'll grow. We'll build on it and grow.
All right, now it's post-practice.
Post-practice, yeah. You know, really a lot of fun today. Again, we talked with the guys. This is why you work so hard in the offseason is to have these opportunities, you know, to put the helmet on and grow as a family. You know, really proud of the effort today. Obviously, it's the first day. There's a bunch of mistakes we can clean up. And but just kind of truly defining who we're going to be from an effort perspective, from a technique perspective, from a communication perspective. Just a lot of fun with these guys, and it's the first of 15. I mean, in life, in spring, and everything, right? There's peaks and valleys, and so we'll try to stay in the middle and do a good job. But really, really proud of the effort today by the guys, and we'll take a step forward next time as well.
You know, from day one is it's the beginning, and everything has a beginning. And Coach Brian did a great job as far as re-emphasizing that. You know, so you have a beginning, and you want to see how things evolve from there. So for us, we want to compete as a running back. You know, as a group, we want to compete and make sure that we win every rep. You know, for us, we want to see as a team where we are today at the beginning, and see how we evolve into the team that we know we're destined to be. So that's what we're looking for today. All the correction, all the small detailed things. Coach Prime is big on for us how we're going to separate from ourselves within the team and also from the rest of the team in the Pac-12.
So you can't have week one unless you have day one. One of the challenges with week one, we go right into spring break.
Yeah.
What's your message throughout this week and into this week to not let that break disrupt?
You know, just keep the main thing. You know, Coach Prime once again said, you know, he didn't establish, but he kind of reiterated the standard. The standard is the standard. So as long as you understand where we are as a team and what we expect of you as far as being disciplined, being on time, you know, being a complete football player on and off the football field, then you know how to go about the day-to-day business. You know, we're going to have 3 practices before the break, and you got to be a man, you got to be a football player, you got to have a pro mindset to make sure as you go into the break and you come back out the break as that same guy that you once was when you went into the break.
Hey, great job today. Hey, Coach talked about it yesterday. Hey, what separates you, right? I think the real question is what is going to separate us, right? That's what the spring's about, right? Not an open hand, coming together like a fist, right? Unity, family, working together, right? Great job today, guys.
Hey, a couple of observations. All you guys that were worried about getting reps, especially up front, you're getting reps, right? And so you want to embrace it. Get as much as you can. Suck the life out of every rep you get, because we're all out here for doing 2 things. Getting better individually, right? As Coach said, there is an I in win, right? So we're all getting better individually, and it's about giving up stuff, but it's also about competing. Get better individually, and then come together as a team. There's a lot of great teamwork, right? There's a lot of mistakes that we can clean up. But as we get better as individuals and we come together as a team, those mistakes will start to go away. All right? Good first day. All right.